Welcome back. We are going into week 2, day 2 of this marathon prep, and my glutes are super sore. Almost like if I didn't know any better, I would think I hurt myself. Like that's how sore like my glutes, especially like the outside of my glutes, like near my hips. Man, they're really sore. Christy said that's probably a good thing. She's like, that means you're using your glutes when you run, and that's what you want to use. So I got that going for me. Today's resistance training day. So last week I think I hit like 3 at RP7 on my squat, and that was like 365. And then I did 225 for front foot elevated reverse lunges for like sets of 6 or 8. With as sore as my lower body is, I think today I'm gonna stay maybe around 225 for my squats, and for my split squats, maybe something like 95 pounds. Like I'm gonna really cut that stuff down this week just to give myself room to recover. I want to prioritize the marathon training. So even if I need to pull back on my strength for like, the first 2 or 3 weeks, I'm gonna do less on the strength side of it. That's okay. That strength is gonna come back by the end of the block. No big deal. But I need to focus on giving myself, like that's where listening to your body comes into play. So I'm listening to my body where, okay, my glutes are still very sore. So they don't necessarily need a lot of hard training right now. So we're gonna still run the movement patterns, just kind of like go through the range of motion and stuff. Usually that helps things feel a little bit better. But I don't wanna accumulate like undue fatigue, We still have bench press, so looking forward to that. Some lat pull downs, some biceps curls, so we'll try to train those hard. If I have any extra energy, I might run some like shoulder accessories, or like maybe some calf work or something. But that's the plan for resistance training today. So let's get to it. All right. Usually I go 135 to 225, but knees not happy today. The warm-ups actually feel good. So 315 at the heaviest, just to be conservative. I'll probably continue with the same strategy as with the deadlifts from last week and just stay beltless. That way I don't go as heavy. But I just have 3 1-count pause high bar squat. So hopefully 225 feels it. If not, I'll go 315. I won't go above 315 today, just 1 set. And then we'll jump into bench press. $275, and honestly, I felt like a 5.5, maybe a 6. So I think I'm gonna call it there, which is fine. I was thinking 225, 275. I'm happy with that. It's 90 pounds less than last week, which is about, like, I don't know, 25%. But yeah, give myself some room to recover. Yeah, but knees didn't feel too bad. Glutes didn't feel bad. I'm happy with that. 225, we'll take it for 3, and hopefully it's the first set. Which is a weird movement where, like, I have to barbell bench like 3 or more times a week for it to like feel really good, because it's just like a technique thing. Like if I'm being exposed to barbell bench multiple times a week, my technique gets really dialed in. But on the opposite side, when I'm doing it 3 times a week, I tend to load a little too heavy because things are feeling too good. So the average intensity is too high, and then it always ends up bothering my shoulder. So I'll like hit like 315 for like a single or a double for like a couple of weeks in a row, and then bam, my shoulder gives out, and it's like, shit. You saw it at the end. It's the left arm. It always like stops. I like actually consciously push for the lockout. Okay, the biggest thing I noticed on that last set was just kind of lock out on the left arm. I think I just need to like pack the left lat a little bit harder, and I should be able to kind of maintain position. But so we'll just see how it goes. Let's have him do other stuff. So I attempted some reverse lunges on the Smith machine, and my quad tendon is just really pissed off on the unilateral stuff. So I'm still going to do the reverse lunges, but just a tip on exercise modification: if something hurts, try to reduce the load. And it already hurt with the empty bar, so I'm going to try to reduce the load to even below body weight by using the bar as assistance. And so like an assisted reverse lunge would look something like this. And see, I can still feel the discomfort there, but it's tolerable. And so I'm just going to kind of like do my sets body weight. That way I can still expose the tendon to load, but, you know, not piss it off any further. And it'll heal up on its own. Like, it'll feel better maybe a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, who knows, just depending on how I'm stressing it. But I don't need to do anything to piss it off, right? Like, this movement aggravates it, but I can modify the movement to make it tolerable. And so I'll just train through that and then assess. If this is a good entry point, great. If it's really pissed off later today, then I know maybe not. Interestingly, squats didn't hurt, but that might be maybe compensating with the right leg, or it might just be the knee angle, right? A forward knee angle puts more stress on the tendon right here where it hurts versus like an open knee angle, you know, maybe not. I don't know, but I know bilateral squats don't hurt. We'll do that. Unilateral reverse lunge, that kind of sucks. Well, that's it for week 2, day 2. Pretty simple, straightforward stuff. You know, I would be concerned about the knee, but I've been there before. A lot of times it's just, yeah, pull back. I'm doing more, so they're just going to be aches and pains. No big deal. I'll just modify when necessary, right? So if I can still complete the volume for the runs and I just got to pull back on the weight training a little bit, as far as lowering load or modifying exercise, like it's really not that big of a deal. Where people run into trouble, I think, is when they try to force their bodies to do more than what their body's telling them they're ready to handle, right? So like my glutes are super sore. I take that as a key, like, okay, cool. Exercises that require a lot of hip extension, like squats and split squats, I'm not really going to push those very hard. My quad tendon is pissed off. So an exercise that, you know, requires a lot of unilateral knee flexion and extension, I'm going to pull back on that. Not a big deal. So yeah, just pull back where you need to, but still keep showing up. You know, be honest with yourself. Like, are you just kind of sandbagging it, or is there actual pain and discomfort that you need to modify for? But, you know, overall, everything comes out in the wash. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye.